Will the circle be unbroken? Hey, this should be a quick one and a quiet one. My kids are asleep through the wall there, but I've been trying to get this lesson out, just travel and everything, just haven't really got a chance to, so I got some time this evening and wanted to get it out for y'all. So this is obviously Piedmont. If you are not familiar with Piedmont, please check out the link in the description. I'm not trying to push you to another video or anything. I don't get monetized. I'm not monetized, but I have a basics of Piedmont. Instead of me trying to explain it on every Piedmont video, at least for me, Piedmont's not really, it wasn't something I could just pick up and do. I had to really practice it as a technique, so I explain all that in there. However, this is a pretty simple one. It's actually quite short. So this is just one of those songs that kind of uses the same melody for the verse and refrain. I will say, what I do differently, depending on the version that you are familiar with, I put a minor chord, an E minor, in mine. I don't even know why I started doing that, but I know that the Carter family, I believe the Carter family did this, and yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of bluegrass, gospel stuff. They don't add the minor. I just feel like it needs to be there. I don't know. I just hear it, so I put it in. So this is a special song to me. I played this at my grandmother's funeral, and it was probably 2013, I think. And then more recently, I had a friend pass away, and his family asked me if I'd play it at his funeral, and that was back in 2020. So I did play it a little differently there. I played it with a pick, and I have another version of it, but you know, maybe I'll do a lesson for that. But I was just picking around, screwing around in Piedmont the other day, and this just started coming out, and I don't know, went with it, and this is where I am. So let's get started. Pull up the tab and click the link in the video description. Tabs and lessons are always free, so there are two ways of donating to the channel, should you feel so inclined. But if you can't donate, support the channel financially, very least give me a thumbs up. It's not for me, like I said, not monetized, don't want to be, but it puts more free lessons out there into the YouTube algorithm. So if you found this helpful and you want to pass it on to somebody else, just give it a like. It puts it out there, makes it easier to find. So that said, let's dive into Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Okay, so if you see in the tab, all of the bold notes are your thumb. So I found that's pretty much the easiest way to differentiate. So the tab, I mean, Piedmont tabs are kind of a mess, but if you're looking at it without that, you're sort of like, man, what the hell? What goes where? So Piedmont is typically done with just two fingers. I use these two. I occasionally do these two, but I don't know, it just depends on the weather, I guess. So let's kick it off. Starts with a pinch with your third and open D, and you kind of do this like kind of lazy late hammer on, like, and then another pinch to the third fret and an open G. Bring your thumb down to the D. So it's like a back-to-back pinch. So we have Will the circle. And then you're gonna do this quick little fill lick where you go back and forth like that. It's actually just octaves of G. So will the circle. And then you're gonna take your middle finger and your pinky and you're not gonna pinch here. I actually grappled with this and how to get this right, but you're gonna go. So you're doing like this, hammer on, and bring it, so you're doing like a double flick of your, whichever digit you use, your index or your middle. And you're gonna bring your thumb all the way down to G and pull off. Well, not a real pull off, but I mean like take this finger off. your second fret. And then, so like that whole beginning will sound like this, slowly. Well, supposed to. And if that, like, see, my fingers even clipped when I did that. If you don't like that, I think you can just do like pinch, third fret and open B. And then when you go down to do your thumb on your D, fret your A note on your G string. It's a second fret, so it would be like, instead of, oops, it would be, so you can eliminate that lick. That's just a little fancy thing I threw in there. So start over, we have. That's the whole first line of tab. Now you're gonna bring your pinky up and do to the third fret. So we're gonna make a G7 now. You're gonna do, keep this down, and then bring your middle finger down to your G string second fret and make your A. So you're gonna hold this chord. So it's, I'm sure it has a name. It's some sort of G7 and it's got this A in here. But starting from the first, the second line of tab, we're doing this. Oh, I'm sorry, this middle finger's not down yet, so. There. Now you're gonna go. So that's just a G, third fret on your first string here, and then this is an A on your G string. So together they sound a little discorded. So you're gonna do a double pinch, and then you're gonna hit this F note where your pinky is and an open B. Again, it sounds terrible by itself, but when you play it passing, it sounds great. Like, so it gives us that melody, and it gives us that G7 that sets us up for the C. So, on to the C. Then you just do the second line of tab, starting at the C chord. Just do a pinch, open G, 3, just regular traditional old Piedmont lick there. Now what you're going to do is leave this fretted, go to this G. So now we have second fret, D string and G together. So we went. Now you're going to hit back to your G chord. But since the D is actually part of the melody, we can't use it as, well, I mean, you can still use it as a bass note, but it just sounds like, you want it to ring. You don't want it to go. So what I've done is instead we're going to go to a B. So, instead of the fifth, we're going to the third. So let's see, where are we at? Let's do from the C. Now we're into the third line of tab. So you just are doing instead of a one at the beginning of that line. So starting again from the C. Third line. Okay, so from the top, let's put it all together. Cool. So now we're gonna do, again, this kind of late lazy hammer on from our pinch. Then pinch. So this gets a little tricky. This is probably the toughest part. But, you know, you just gotta, it took me like an evening to, I don't know, I can't explain why, but it's like kind of like you have to work against your own brain to do this. So, we're gonna do this, you know, now you're gonna walk down, because the song would sound like, you know, is it bitter? Hold me waiting. That's how I play it with that minor. So that's what's going to come in. But we're going to walk down from this G to an F sharp to that E minor. So, I'm a little jammed. Let's start at the third line of tab. Now you're going to go. So what we're going to do here is F and F sharp and D as our, but we're going to do like a double pinch. You're going to go hit your, when you're hitting your F sharp, you're going to hit your open B. And then you're going to, you can leave this planted. Don't worry about pulling this off just yet. So, and then you're going to bring your thumb down to your D, but then you're also going to fret with your pinky, or whatever finger you feel like, but a pinky works for me. Okay, so okay, so then you're going to keep your pinky down, but then you're going to form an E minor with these two fingers. This is my ring finger isn't fretted. These two are. So we have this D. Okay. We're going to play that for one beat. That D. So let's start. Okay, third line of tab, almost at the very 3/4 of the way through, where we have the, we're going to walk down to the F sharp. So and then you're going to go bring your thumb to the G string. So now we're at the end of that line of tab. Okay, and I'm going to scroll here so I am following along. So keep it planted. Now lift it. And then you're going to, you know, fourth line of tab now. You're going to hammer on. G again. So let's go back up one line where we're going to walk down to this again. So this is the trickiest part. I want to spend the most time here. So one more time. G. Now when you do this D at the end, you're gonna actually hit just two A notes, but we're gonna move so quickly through it that it's just going to articulate the D chord for us. So we have, let's see here. Okay. Sorry, nighttime, my eyes aren't all that great, especially when looking at a screen. So we're gonna do, yeah, the D. And then, so it's gonna go A, D, A, and B, this A fretted here, then so at the end it'll sound like after the so. All right, that's really it. So let me take it again from, well, I'll just go through it slow. Clip note, mulligan, let's do it again. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Will the Circle be Unbroken in Piedmont? So, like I said, very least, give me a like if you can't support the channel financially. You know, little tips that add up and help, you know, buy strings and, you know, keep my instruments, keep everything fresh around here. And it goes a long way. So if you feel so inclined, like I said, there's a Venmo and PayPal on there, and if not, give me a like, because like I said, otherwise I don't get money off of YouTube, and I just want to have free lessons out there for everybody. So until next time, thanks for watching.